Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear, and it looks like my camera might be right there. That's about right, right there. How you guys doing? My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear. This is a Sunday video update, the final Sunday video update for the month of March. Or I'm sorry, March. What? June. uh, March. Where did that come from? Anyway, today's date is Sunday, June 28th, 2026. I'm pretty sure it's June. Joining me off camera is my dad, who is resting on the couch. Amy, she's at the kitchen table. So there is a lot to talk about this week. And before I get to all that, I'm going to get to the comments. I'm going to read off some announcements here. And I'm going to, first of all, remind everybody to listen to the Fox Sunday Flashback tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on 103.9 The Fox. The link to the station is in the chat. All you got to do is click on Listen Live tonight at 7 o'clock, and you'll get 4 solid hours of my buddy Dan Richards, who is the host of the Fox Sunday Flashback. You can call in with your requests at 810-230-9777. Again, that's area code 810-230-9777. And the 9777 spells out the station's call letters, WRSR. Ask for Dan Richards, he'll say, hello, 103.9 The Fox. And if you ask him, is this Dan Richards? He'll probably say, yeah, it's me, or something, friendly along those lines. Request a song, classic rock, classic country, and southern rock. He doesn't just play anything willy-nilly. I know a lot of people will message him on the Facebook page, and they'll email him and call him and ask for the most off the wall requests that don't even, the songs don't fit the format of the show. And then I find out on the following Monday night, or even during the show, he'll message me and say, I just had the weirdest request. But yeah, make sure that the songs fit classic country, classic rock, or southern rock. Any of those 3 genres will work. And he might just get your song on the air and tell him J Bear sent you. He'll know who I am. So that is the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Flint's Classic Rock Authority, 103.9 The Fox. Now we've got some comments from Chewing Off My Toenail, which, couldn't have come at a better time. So this is what he has to say this week. He says, I had to submit my foot into a furnace so my toenails could get a nice summer tan. Then he says a toenail wrapped itself in bacon and went to sleep inside of a hot dog. That was beautiful. Whenever my toenails snore, the National Weather Service issues a severe toenail warning for imminent toenail activity. Let's see. I think my toenails are mature enough to handle fireworks on their own. They're that old now. Whenever a toenail cries at a sad movie, it hurts me too. Aw. Now I have to step in and gently pet that depressed toenail until they fall asleep on my lap. Have a safe and happy 4th. We love you, Jared. Well, thank you, Toenail. I love you too. Thank you so much for the humor. And my buddy Spinette came in. He comes under the name Ants of Speed. He says, hey, Jared, I never usually type a message or comment early, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to a birthday party when the live starts. Crazy coincidental, or I think he means crazy coincidence. I know. Oh, that's what it says. He just didn't space between coincidence and I. Okay, no, that's fine, Spinette. I hope you find me on Facebook, Jared Fuller, and have fun at the birthday party, by the way. So I got all that out of the way. Now on to some big news. And we found out on Wednesday this past week, and much to do with why Dad's resting now. So Dad had a cystoscopy last week in Saginaw because the doctor said that he has a mass in his bladder. As it turns out, it's cancer. And so they are going to schedule an appointment, an outpatient appointment. He's not going to be, in treatment. It's not going to require like a chemo and radiation thing like what I had to go through, what my mom had to go through. So they're going to schedule a same day surgery. It'll be outpatient. They're going to go in, scrape the tumor out of the bladder, and then they're going to send him home with a catheter. The urologist, Dr. Jensen, he has been in the field of urology for 30 years, and he's really confident that he's able to get it. And then after he gets in, to get it out, Dad will have to go back again later for another cystoscopy, which is not going to be fun because he's still feeling the effects from the first cystoscopy where they ran a scope up into his urethra through the penis and into the bladder. He's still feeling pain, as you can imagine, but he says it doesn't hurt when he pees. He just feels pressure in his bladder, which might be an indicator that it's healing, which is, I looked it up, and maybe I shouldn't, look things up on Google, but it gives me an idea of what to look for and what to expect. And I told Dad that if the pain doesn't clear up, you might have to go, call him and let him know, hey, this is not clearing up. They gave him an antibiotic for the pain and to help with the swelling and all that stuff. So it's not life or death. The procedure is 85% effective, and they go with 85% because nothing is 100%. I mean, when you go in to have something removed, nothing is 100%. But they're giving it a number of 85%, which is still a good number. It's still a really good number, but they're going with 85% because they want to. They're going to let him heal. He's going to have a catheter for a few days. They're going to do another cystoscopy later on to see if the tumor redevelops. If it doesn't redevelop, that of course naturally will be a good thing. But they have to check again to make sure that nothing has redeveloped. The tumor was caused from 50 plus years of smoking. And my dad hasn't had a cigarette in well over a month, and I'm proud of him. It just sucks that it had taken for this to get him to stop smoking. He's been buying like the hard candies, like the butterscotch and the peppermint candies, and I mean he'll load up on those like the strawberry candies. He'll load up on those, and whenever he gets a craving for a cigarette, he'll just pop one of those in, and just let it dissolve on his tongue. And he buys those orange slices. He'll buy the orange slices. So that's what is going on right now. We're not living on edge. We're not sad, scared, depressed, anything like that. But that is the situation. We are handling it with grace, and I'm pretty sure that Dad will be okay. I think he'll be fine. And the urologist is really confident that he can get in there, get it out, and he'll, like I said, Dad will be sent home with a catheter. He'll have a bag. It's not a colostomy bag. A colostomy bag and a catheter bag are two different things. My stepdad, Jimmy, had a colostomy bag. He passed away in February, but he had a colostomy bag, and that was after a major procedure, like all the waste would just come out into the bag. Whereas a catheter is directly, it drains the fluid from the bladder. So when he's got to pee, he'll just go in the bag. But he'll have that for a few days. It's not going to be a permanent thing. So that's what's going on with that. We were nervous about the results. I'm not going to lie. We were nervous about the results, but as it turns out, the tumor is cancerous, and he's going to be fine. They're going to go in, take care of it, be done, hopefully. And as long as he stops smoking, as long as he doesn't smoke anymore, they said he should be okay. So that's what we're hoping for. And my brother Wayne was in the room when we got the news. It was my brother Wayne and I, and of course, Dad was there. And Dr. Jensen had said, well, it is without a doubt cancer. But the good news is that we can get right in there and get it out. They're going to put him under anesthesia. Of course, they're going to put him to sleep for that. They didn't put him to sleep for the cystoscopy, which I'm shocked that they didn't. But I saw the instruments that they used, and it looked painful. I'm not going to lie, it looked painful. But Dr. Jensen is very, very confident that they will be able to get in and get the tumor out. And of course, he's got to go back for another cystoscopy to make sure that the tumor doesn't redevelop in the bladder. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be totally honest here today, and with Dad right here on the couch and Amy in the kitchen and all of you watching this. It was like deja vu for me because I lost my mom to bladder cancer, to urothelial carcinoma. And when Dr. Jensen had said that there was a tumor in the bladder, it's like, not again. Not again. Please don't tell me it's a severe thing. And it's not. It's treatable. Mom's case was far more severe, and her carcinoma had actually metastasized throughout her body, and then she passed away. But my dad, at least, we caught it early. He has a fighting chance, and it's a good chance. And so that's what we're just waiting out on. And I think Dad's going to be okay. I think he's going to be just fine. I'm confident. If the urologist is confident, then I will stand by the confidence of the urologist, and we'll take it from there. So that was the big news that I wanted to share. And I wanted to, because I did a daily rant, and I called somebody out again. Maybe perhaps I had taken it a step farther. They actually emailed me. I called out an individual named Elizabeth Comfort Deaver, who was she was involved with the shit going on with Russ Boggs and the Justina Banks and all that bullshit on Facebook. She was involved, and she was allowing her son to do things that I wouldn't normally consider to be very, it's not something that parents should do. But she emailed me, and she said she removed herself from the drama. And I know she's probably listening to this, and I don't want to, bash on her too much, because we did have a little bit of a conversation, just a little bit of a conversation. She said she blocked the Justina Banks account, which I'm hoping she did. I'm hoping she's not lying to me. But this has been going on for a decade, a very long time, with people who are talking shit. And I just want this shit to be done. I've moved, I try to move on with my life, but it's the same people who just don't stop. They do not stop. And I think Russ Boggs, especially, I had his daughter had actually left a comment on one of my videos. And by the way, I didn't invite her to my channel. I didn't invite her to comment on any of my videos. I'm not even inviting her to my live stream. But she left a comment and said, well, leave me out of it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to tell you again, just as I told you in the comment, when you get older and you are able to move out of your dad's house, move far away from him as you can. And I stand by that. I really and truly stand by it. Now, right now, as it stands, only subscribers can comment in my chat logs. Next week will be the Sunday video update after the 4th of July, because this Saturday is the 4th. And, 250 years we're celebrating America, so that's a big thing. But next week I have decided to let anyone who's anyone come into my chat log. I'm not inviting anybody. This is not an invitation to especially Russ's daughter. But what I'm saying is next week, I'm just going to leave it open for anybody who wants to come in. And then next week after that, there won't be a Sunday video update because I'll be at a family reunion. But the Sunday after, I'll be back with a Sunday video update. And I'll have an update on Dad because I think they said something about July 17th will be the surgery day. That's the day that they're aiming for. And that'll be in Saginaw. And they're going to contact him on the 16th, the night before, with time and location. But it's going to be in Saginaw. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Saginaw. So I'll have an update for all of you on the following Sunday after, because July 12th is a family reunion. And so 7 days after that would be the 19th, if my math is correct. But yeah, I'll have an update on Dad, and I'll let you guys know how he's doing. He might join in, like he usually does, but there's no guarantees. I mean, today he's in a little bit of pain in his belly where his bladder is, and they said that that's normal. That's part of the cystoscopy. After the procedure, you're going to feel pressure and a little bit of pain because your body is healing from it. So that's what he's experiencing now. But smoking's bad for you. Don't do it. But yeah, I will be back. I'll be back next week on the 5th. And like I said, that the chat log will be open to anybody. You don't have to be a subscriber, but that's not an invitation for, anybody. I'm just announcing that, people who come in. But I'll say it again. It is not an open invitation for Russ Boggs' daughter, because that's what they're going to say. Well, why would Jared invite a young person into his chat log? I don't invite anybody to my chat logs. When they're subscribed to my channel, they have to be subscribed for at least a week. They come in, they introduce themselves. Some people wait a whole week just to come in to be stupid. And then, that's another story, but I set it for a week because they have a week to think about what they're going to say and how they're going to behave in my chat log. And I'm going to find out right the fuck away. If they come in here being stupid, they're gone permanently. And then of course they'll create another sock account, and then they'll do what they do. Now, do I know for sure if that was Russ's daughter? No, it could be Russ. But if it really was Russ's daughter, shame on him for sending in his child as a pit bull to do his bidding for him. There's some kind of a psychological, I don't know, that I can't imagine. I made some pretty crass comments about the household at Elizabeth Deaver's house, but then I also question what's going on at the Boggs residency. By the way, I don't dox anybody, but I will say that people have doxed me more than enough times. It's like, what are people going to do with my address? Oh, they know where I live. Ooh, what are they going to do? They're not going to show up here. But here's something else I've noticed too. Let's see. There's a group on Facebook called, I was going to make an actual video about this particular group, which I find to be really hypocritical, because the name of the group is called Cancer Families Exposing Jared Fuller. There's 5 people in the group. But here's the thing. It's a private group. You don't see the hypocrisy in that. When you frame it as cancer families exposing Jared Fuller, why would you make it private? Why would the group be private? Because usually when you quote unquote expose somebody, that information not only doesn't have to be factual, but it is vital information. And I would think that if you're trying to expose somebody, you will disseminate that information broadly to the public to put them on notice of something factual going on or something factual that I've done. I find it incredibly hypocritical, and that should be the first red flag when anybody approaches this group. Cancer families exposing Jared Fuller. And the first thing, and here's the very first rule of the group: no screen shooting, no taking screenshots. Really? So you mean to tell me that? And I know that somebody's got to be watching this from that group. So you mean to tell me that you're going to control all 5 of those people in the group, which it may be all 5 or it may be none of the 5, but you're going to tell me that you're going to stop someone from taking screenshots from the group? How do you know they're not doing it now? How do you know that they're not taking screenshots from that group and sending it to me? Do you think I'm going to announce it here if they were? Absolutely not. I'm not saying a word. And if someone gets into the group and they, if they send me something that is written in the group about me, they're going to send it to me, but I'm not giving you their name. So if you're someone who is an administrator of this private group exposing me, my advice to you is tread softly, because I could just as easily send people into that group and they're never going to know. They're never going to know if they're friends with me. I could send anybody into that group and you would never know if they were my enemy or my friend. They could tell you they're they're not going to tell you that they're my friend, but they could tell you that they're my enemy just to gain access. How do you know they're not? How do you know that they're just saying that to get access to the group so they can take screenshots to show me what's being said? Because if you are actually trying to expose me, it wouldn't be a private group. Don't you find that awkward? I do. Seems to me like it's more of a gossip column. And what are you protecting? Why are you hiding? You're not exposing me if you're hiding yourself. The hypocrisy, folks, the hypocrisy. It's really funny. It is really fucking funny. I can't get over the stupidity of these people who think they got me right by the balls. They don't have me anywhere. They're fucking chicken shit cowards. And I can almost guarantee you that Russ Boggs has something, if not everything, to do with that. So, just be advised. It could be any of the 5. It could be all 5. It might not be any of the 5. So y'all better start asking each other questions, because it doesn't make sense. I don't need to create a fake profile or to come up with a private group to call somebody out for their stupidity. I do that all the time in my daily rants on this channel and here in the Sunday video. I'm not afraid to call anybody out, and I'm not afraid to expose the so-called exposers. These people are a joke. They're childish. The same thing is happening to this lady that I met years ago. Her son was bullied, and they went on to Good Morning America. They're from Michigan. They went on to Good Morning America, and someone had made a private group exposing the mother. I'm sorry, but if you're exposing someone, why are you making secret groups? Shouldn't that information be vital and public, Shouldn't that be available? If you're exposing somebody, the information that you're disseminating to the public has to be true and factual and vital. The group doesn't need to be secretive or private if you're trying to expose somebody. It doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, if you think you know something that and you're withholding that from even law enforcement, you are a suspect to a crime if what you're accusing them of is criminal or felonious. That makes you a suspect. So, my advice to anybody who's in this group, Cancer Families Exposing Jared Fuller, I can guarantee you right now that there is nothing to expose. There's nothing at all to expose. Nothing. I think it's incredible that people are so stupid that um you know they think that they've got me. They don't have me. They never had me because I'm always a step ahead every fucking time. And I'm not a dummy, and I think outside the box, and I'm a step ahead every fucking time. So y'all gotta try harder. You're not exposing anybody. If anything, uh, you're exposing yourselves because you're showing everybody how much of a fucking liar you are. And that's just it. That's the point of it. That's basically the long and short of it. You're exposing yourself for being the fucking liars you are. And if you're really trying to expose somebody, you wouldn't make it a private thing. So yeah, that's cute. That's really cute. But anyway, moving on. We do have the 4th of July celebration coming up this Saturday. Everybody be safe. We also have a heat wave coming up here in Michigan. It's going to be really, really hot and humid and muggy and sticky. So I will just kind reminder, don't wear black, wear loose fitting clothing, stay hydrated, take frequent breaks. We're talking temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, 95 and 96 degrees. That's the air temperature, with heat indices between 100 degrees and 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be hot, very hot. So, please take it easy out there. If you have to be in the heat, if you have to do any strenuous activities, please be careful and take your time and just be careful out there. Just be safe. I'm just going through Facebook and noticing it's just people are so fucking dumb on here. It is one of those it's one of those things where people are just, I don't know, they're fucking stupid. Really fucking stupid. And there's no fixing the stupid that goes on. The amount of stupid on social media, it always just when you think people can't be any fucking dumber, they demonstrate just how fucking dumb they really and truly are. And I really wish I could give people more credit than what they actually deserve, but they make it so easy for me to call them out when they set the bar so low. They have an incredibly low standard, and they don't think about what they're doing before they do it. They just assume that what they're doing, that we're going to get Jared this way, and they're not going to get anybody in any way because they're too stupid to realize that they have intermittently and single-handedly screwed themselves. Don't you think if I'm trying to expose somebody, do you think I'm going to shield myself from that? No, because if the information is factual and legit, what am I hiding from? I'm not hiding from anything. I can't get sued for slander or defamation if it's true. Oh, Dad's answering the phone. That was Dad's phone you heard in the background, folks. Who was it, Pop? Oh, okay. Uncle Tim. It's my Uncle Tim on the phone. But it's really weird. That would be like if let's say, for example, I didn't know Amy from yesterday. And Amy, I'm accusing Amy of doing something that I know she actually didn't do, and I'm going to create a private group to expose her. What sense would it make to make a private group exposing someone when you're trying to expose someone? Don't you think that the information you share should be public and backed up with evidence and make sure that it's factual? Don't you think that would be the case? I would think. But see, I wouldn't do that to Amy. I've done that to people who are not trustworthy and people who demonstrated themselves to not be trustworthy. I've done that over the years and any number of times. And that's just, I don't hide behind a fake profile. This is really me. I've talked openly about Tom Mitchell, who's no longer here to defend himself. So I try to refrain from speaking about him as much. Ronnie Duvall, Milk Tyson, all these people who are just phony. I had called them out for any number of years. I haven't spoken to Ronnie Duvall in ages, and because I pretty much just moved on from him. But I've called out a lot of people who are trying to give me shit and give me grief, and I wasn't going to stand for it. And then when they threaten me with litigation, they think they're going to scare me off or shut me up. You can't threaten me into silence. What, are you going to come here and kick my ass? Well, if you think you feel froggy enough, come and see me, and we'll see how well you do with that. And you better pack a big lunch. Because the thing is, you can't do, I mean, that's just not how any mature adult would handle a situation. I can kick your ass and I can beat you up. This culture, this toxic masculinity is what it is, of men who think, well, we can just beat them up and we can just get them to, shut up about us. You could whip my ass and then you could, prance around in a jail cell with your fucking machismo that you beat up some guy who was just speaking his mind and defending himself. But even after all that's said and done, I will always be on the side that is right. And I'm right. And that's the beauty of it. And the fact that this group exists, this Exposing Jared Fuller, I love living rent free in people's minds. I love it. I think it is the greatest fucking gig ever. I get to live rent free in people's minds. They obsess over me. They might secretly be in love with me. I don't know. That's why they obsess over me. I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't explain it. But maybe they're secretly in love with me. Maybe they're, maybe that's a kink for them. Maybe it's a sexual kink by bullying people. I don't know. But I, for one, would just prefer people not lie and shut the fuck up if they don't have anything factual to say, and grow up. But I've spent a lot of time talking about this, so I'm not even going to bother to ask Dad how his week was, because we already know how the week was. He's in some pain today. I think after I'm done here, I'm going to cook supper. I'm trying to get some dishes done. I'm gonna make how does shake and bake chicken sound, Pop? Huh? Shake and bake chicken? Does it sound okay? I'll prepare some shake and bake chicken and maybe some angel hair pasta because we got the milk and the butter. I'll make some angel hair pasta, shake and bake chicken. I thought we had uh potato patties. Did you want me to get some potato patties? I can get some potato patties to go along with it if you want me to. It's not a problem. Um, but I will prepare supper for us as soon as I like it. When I'm done here, I'll probably just head up to the store, get a thing of potato patties, come home, and then get supper started. Try to clean out some pans and stuff. I'm going to try to do that too. I got some dishes soaking right now, plates soaking in the some dishwater. But I'm taking care of my dad. I'm taking care of him the best way I know how, and uh, he knows I got him. He knows I'm here for him. You know, my whole life I've heard my dad tell me, "Dad's not going to let anything happen to you, son." He's always said that to me. And now, as a son who's going to be 40 next week, his youngest of the three babies, so to speak, um, I tell my dad that same thing. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you, Pop. Going to look after you and take care of you best way I can, best way I know how. You know, I wish I could have given my mom that word that I was going to take care of her the best way I could. But, you know, some things, like when it comes to my mom and her passing away, some things are just out of my control. It's out of everybody's control. And I do miss my mom a lot. I think about her a lot. This morning, matter of fact, this morning I had a dream about a cancer warrior that I've actually never even met. I've never met in person ever in my life. The baby passed away. But I was kicked back. I don't even know where I was. Huh? Oh, we got potato patties. Okay, I don't have to go uptown then. Yeah, let them thaw out and I'll well, thanks for letting me know. So I had a dream about a baby who passed away some time ago, but it was just the weirdest thing. Maybe it's because I see his face on Facebook all the time. Um, the parents, the mother posts pictures of the little boy, and so in the dream, I'm just kind of kicked back, and he's got his head rested on my chest, and he's hugging me like he's embracing me, and I'm just kind of rubbing his back and patting his back. But then I wake up, and that's it. Like, what was that? I never have dreams of cancer warriors who passed away. Maybe that was just his way of saying thank you for raising awareness and doing what you do. Maybe that's it, or maybe he, it's in my subconscious. I think about the babies all the time, and I'm always wanting to. I want to do. I wish I could do more than what I'm able to do. And I actually do quite a bit. I've done a lot of things, and I made a post on Facebook just recently about that. Like I don't put my good deeds on Facebook. The world is not so confused that they don't know the difference between right and wrong. And what I do is not performative. What I do for people comes from the heart. My heart leads me to do it. Other people, they do a good deed and then they think they got to have their name fucking plastered everywhere. They do this for the clout and the popularity and the notoriety and for press. And it's like, so you just basically threw out a perfectly beautiful thing that you would do for somebody. You traded in your dignity for applause from an audience. That's really sad. I don't do what I do for any kind of applause from an audience. It's just, to me, I mean, you really got to be broken. How sad of a person are you to trade in a moment like that where you're helping someone just to you trade in your dignity for applause. It's really sad. It's really sad. I don't do that. What I do is not performative. It is from the heart. I do what I do for people because I love people, despite the fact that people in this time and this day and age fucking annoy me to no end, because they're stupid and don't know how to think, and they divorce themselves from any kind of rational discourse when it comes to evidence and the truth. But I still wake up every day. I realize that I also share this world with other people. I share space and time with other people. I have to treat, other people the way I want to be treated. I have to be respectful. I have to be civil. Sometimes I have to be civil. Sometimes I have to be civil. Not always, sometimes. And I do my best. And yes, I get irritated and fed up with bullshit. And that's always going to be the thing. That's always going to be something that will never change because people won't change. I don't know if they do it for the reaction. I don't know if they think this is funny, or maybe they're really just sociopaths with no lives and they're just looking to ruin someone else's life, because their lives are miserable and pitiful as fuck. Maybe that's it. I don't know. My life is far from pitiful. I'm not miserable. I grieve people that I love, and I love people who, I see them. I can relate to their circumstances, and I do my best to help. But I don't need an audience. I don't need this. I don't do it for this. I do it for this right here. It's in my heart. I do it. I do what I think is in my heart. I follow my heart. I let my heart lead me. So I don't care. I'm going to have people who hate me. I think maybe they're just jealous. Maybe they're just, I don't know, they're powerless. I don't need a nonprofit organization to help anybody. Why do you need a nonprofit organization when you have a heart and you know that you can just directly give something to someone without going through a middleman, because the middleman's going to take all the credit? Well, if it wasn't for me, no, I'm sorry. If it wasn't for the people who donated to your cause, if it wasn't for those people, it looks like I got butter on my mustache. Good grief. I think that's a little bit of blonde peeking through, Pop. You see that? Looks like I got white hair in my mustache. I just noticed that. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it was, not anything different from what I've ever said before. It's just people suck. And I have to share space and time with shitty people, unfortunately. But it's not going to deter me. It's not going to stop me. That's just the way it is. People, the only people who, like Russ, they're powerless and they lie about people and they make shit up, which, by the way, I'm not the only person that he's lied about. If you go on, let's see here. I can type in his name in the chat on Facebook, and there's a whole article here. I think I no, that's weird. Just 1 second here, folks. Come on. There we go. So if you look for, like, I right here, and I think I've read this. Before. But there's a group on Facebook called the Voices of Jacksonville, Arkansas. And I think her name is Chisa, is how you pronounce it, or Chisa Williams. And it's a post about Russ Boggs. The name of the group is called the Voices of Jacksonville, Arkansas. And this was 2 years ago. She says, Russ Boggs, I have remained silent while you defame my character and my good name, which sounds familiar because he does the same shit to me. But I cannot sit back and allow you to spew lies. He lies about me too. This is the 5th post you have made about me in this group. I've never met you a day in my life. A couple of weeks ago, you referred to me as Sweet Cheeks. The comment was rude, disrespectful, disgusting, and sexist. That sounds like Russ. It's a sad world when people can fabricate stories about someone and post them to social media without regard to the person's family. Thank you. It's even sadder when people believe the lies without fact checking. Thank you so much for also pointing that out. This other stuff, I love God, that irrelevant. I love God, my country, my family. Well, you can love your family and your country. I don't care that you love God. But I am a woman of integrity, is what she says. I work every day, take care of my family, go to church, don't care, and get back to the community. Well, that's nice. You get back to the community. The fact that you would use the word attack in the same sentence with my name is not only disturbing, but laughable. And this is from someone else who's had run-ins with him, Mr. Boggs. I don't even think he is deserving of such an honorific because he's not a mister. He's a bitch. But anyway, Mr. Boggs, I pray that you find peace that surpasses all understanding. This would be the first and last time that I engage with you. I am too old to be bullied. There you go, sister. Have a blessed week. There you go, sister. Say it loud. And I love the comments here. Initially there's 10 comments, but I can only see 3. I think it's because I think it's because Russ may have commented and we can't see the comments. But anyway, there's a few comments. So this Randy Daly says, here's the thing. When one puts oneself in the public eye, you open yourself up for positive and negative commentary. Yeah, but not when it's lies. If a motherfucker is going to lie about you, they need to be called out for their lies. The world is tough, so either learn to laugh the bad stuff, really, or learn to laugh the bad stuff off, or find a closet. Really? That's your answer, Randy? It sounds like you're a bully yourself. Leadership requires being able to absorb a tad more than fellowship. No. Here's the thing. It doesn't require someone fucking lying about you and then thinking you're not going to say anything. Randy, it seems like you need some home training.
I'm going to go with my closing.
All right.
And say peace out.
Is Joe here?
He is 5 minutes out.
Oh, okay. Her brother's on the way. So, and there we have it. There we have it. All right, guys. Okay, Luna, white boy, come on. Come on, stop it. Oh, that was a bark. So I think that's how we're going to close the show, is the dogs are going to bark. Thanks a lot, Joe. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. Stop. Stop. That's enough. Enough. Go see Daddy. Go see Daddy, Luna Boone. Sorry about that, guys. I love her bark. Lori McNew says Russ Boggs is a sad old geezer that disrespects people all the time. Damn straight. And then Lisa Britt Moore says, thank you, Chisa, for responding to this foolishness. Those of us who work with you, I think she meant to say those of us, but it says those of who work with you know the truth and know just how hard you work for the district. Yeah, because Russ Boggs is a lying, disgusting piece of trash. So there's that. But to go back to this, and I'm just going to point this out again, this Cancer Families Exposing Jared Fuller group. There's only 5 members of the group. So I can imagine at some point that one of the 5, all of the 5, or maybe even none of the 5 are watching this video, whether it be live or playback. There's Dad. So here's the thing. I want you to think about what I said. I want you to think about what I said about this group. Get in here, Luna. Goddamn dog. Hold on, guys. Got her? I love her to death, but she's a pain in my butt. So anyway, as I was saying, there's something I want you to think about. The name of the group. Shut up, white boy. Get in here. Come. Stop. Stop. Enough. Stop. Luna. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to talk. I'm going to try to talk over all the fucking noise and all the group is Cancer Families Exposing Jared Fuller, but the group is private. Come back next week. If you are a member of that group, come back next week where my chat will be open to everybody. And if you are a member of that group, come on into the chat. I will invite you into my chat next week and we can have those conversations and tell me what you think. It's a private group exposing me. Come on back next week. We'll have a talk. Stop! Stop! Enough! Stop! Come here right now. Come on. Up. No. Up. Up. Now. Up. Sorry, guys. I don't like to yell like that because I know it's picking up on the mic, but these dogs are just, oh my goodness. Stop with the growling now. Stop that. Stop that. We know who it is. It's Joe. Now quit. I mean, they're good watchdogs. I'll give them that. And I'm, I don't want to correct them, but I'm in the middle of my show and sometimes I got to yell like that and I got to use a stern voice with them to get them to shut up because otherwise they won't. They'll just keep going. Come on, Luna. Stop. White boy, stop. They're good watchdogs. They're very good watchdogs. You're going to quit now. You're in the censor. I do apologize, guys. Stop. Stop. Okay, we're going to go out with a bang with this Sunday video update because, the 4th of July is this Saturday. And yeah, we're gonna go out with a bang on this one. We got 7 minutes left of the show. I thank you all for stopping by and listening for at least the first, I don't know, 53 minutes uninterrupted. It's okay. It's all right. You're fine. You're fine. Stop. You're fine. Quit. Stop. Stop it. They're gonna bark. There's nothing I can do. They're gonna bark. They're dogs. I mean, what the hell? I can't stop them. I yell at them. They don't care. They don't listen. We don't have shot collars. We don't believe in shot collars. They're dogs. I mean, eventually they'll calm down. They'll calm down eventually, but no, Luna, stop. Which reminds me, speaking of Luna Boone, my dog Luna, we got a birthday coming up next Wednesday. Don't we, girl? Yeah, don't we, girl? Huh? Yeah, we got a birthday coming up next week. I'm going to be 40 and she's going to be 3. on July 8th. And if anybody watching this has a birthday on July 8th, happy birthday to you. But I'll be back next week and I'll talk more about that. Luna, stop. I'm not going to tell you again to stop it now. That's enough. That's enough, baby. Stop it. But anyway, now that I got them to quiet down, Cancer Families Exposing Jared Fuller. If you are a member of that private group on Facebook, come in next week and we'll have a talk. We'll chat about that. Because I find it to be really fucking awkward that if you're trying to expose me, why would it be a private group? I find that to be really strange. But here, this is the this group has been created to attempt to help cancer families know the truth about Jared Fuller, also known as Jer Bear, to help be a voice for kids when they can't be their own against his supposed advocacy. My supposed advocacy? No. I'm a fucking advocate through and through, and you're going to accept that. But anyway, I know, dead air. Sorry about that. Your phone did not freeze. I still have internet connection here. So I want to thank Chewing Off My Toenail and my buddy Spinette coming into chat. It's been fun. Yes, there's a lot going on. Dad has a cancer. Shut up. White boy, enough. My dad has a cancerous tumor in his bladder. We're going to get it straightened out. He's going to be fine. 85% effective. The surgery is. It's an outpatient surgery. He will be in and out. So, of course, I'm going to have to drive because he's going to be in way too much fucking pain when that anesthetic wears off. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy day. July 17th, he will be going in for the surgery. And we just got to find out what time and location because it's going to be in Saginaw. I know that much. And in closing, to Elizabeth Comfort Deaver, I did make a daily rant. I recorded a daily rant about her just recently, and we actually had a conversation in an email. I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt, but considering she associated with those people and she made some remarks about me in the past, I am approaching that situation with caution. I'm very skeptical about that. I would like to not be her enemy, and I would like for her to not be my enemy. That's why I'm very skeptical about any conversations we have in the future. But I would like to just put all this behind us, if possible. And even if we don't become friends, which that's not the issue. The issue is you go your way, I go mine, and just keep your mouth shut about me, and I'll keep my mouth shut about you. That's basically what I want. That's what I'm aiming for. So you're going to wait, Luna. When I'm done, there's only a minute left. So I'm going to check my spam folder real quick here in my email. So let's see. Come on, baby. You're not going out there. Stop it. I got her right by her collar. She's not going anywhere. Let's see. But anyway, I thank you all for joining me this week. And I do realize that I...
Mail.
Woo! That was loud. I do realize that a lot of distractions. But just know that I love you guys. I appreciate the love and support. And I will be back again next week. So peace out and take care. Bye.